Hello guys. Hello guys. Good morning. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Xa Talk Show. Xa Talk Show. We are going to code JavaScript today. Leisurely. Hello Unholy and hello Park Duster. Duster. Okay, JavaScript. We are going to code JavaScript, add a button so that you can click to copy source code. Here's my keyboard, Glove 80, fantastic. Ultimate Hacking Keyboard, fantastic. Nulia trackball, fantastic. Logitech mouse with spin wheel, fantastic. Okay, and let me tell you guys, I promote this thing, SVALBOARD, Svalbard. This is the most fancy device, about $800 or something. I will be showing it. You can search for it. I have done reviews before. Okay, let's begin our talk show today. Love your content. Thank you. JavaScript coding. Okay, if you got questions for me, ask. Okay, I'm just gonna go leisurely because when I do, I'm not, whatever. Anyway, so JavaScript. What are we doing today? JavaScript, of course. So first of all, let's search for F#. Not dictionary, close. Okay, search for it. F#. Software Foundation. Actually, I don't care about F# Software Foundation. I just want a document. Usually you don't want any of these beneficent or organizations like non-profit. Those are very, very corrupt today since about 2010. All these organizations like GNU Foundation, extremely corrupt, interlinked with USA government deep state, okay, including Firefox, the Firefox Mozilla Foundation, all these. So whenever you hear a name, that's for Peace Foundation or Center, some Center for Democracy, that's very, very corrupt. Okay, so what are we doing? So you see, so simple modern use get started. Okay, let's click on get started, and F#, one of the best functional programming language, one of the best language, industrial language, I recommend. Okay, download, create your app. Okay, so you can see they have this copy button. So you just press that. Oh, you need to turn on JavaScript. Turn on JavaScript to let Google know what you're doing, what pages you are looking. So now you click on copy and you can paste it. Fantastic. That's a feature I need. Okay, so that is what we're gonna code today. So show my code. Let's say go to Emacs Lisp. Okay, so Emacs Lisp tutorial. Go to Emacs Lisp. Search for XR Emacs Lisp tutorial and XR packages and XR Emacs command. And let's see, new previous empty buffer. You see, there's code. I have 10,000 codes on my website. So, but if you need to copy it, you need to go here and then press Control C, then back to your editor, then copy paste. Okay, so that's tedious. So I want to add this copy feature. So that's JavaScript, and DOM stand for Document Object Model, which is idiotic, 30 years ago. Okay, so this copy feature, it wasn't available until about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago, about 15 years ago, about 2010, the web dev led by Google especially, because Google is making money via the web, not via operating systems such as Microsoft or Apple. Google makes money via the web, so they really pushed for a lot of technologies to the web. So for example, you can watch YouTube, videos and lots of things. So since about 15 years, so actually Google has been pushing the web technology, but since like 2005, But anyway, starting about 2010, it's really getting more serious. So anyway, so that's when the HTML5 organization called What the Fuck Group, they kind of created this copy. Okay, so this feature was not available before because it was considered security risk, because you never want the web to be able to erase your clipboard, something like that. Okay, so anyway, I want this feature. So how do I do it? So there are many ways. You can search the web, which we will do, but another way is just look at the source code. Let's see what are they doing. Okay, so yeah, so let me write that out. So what is this? Emacs blog. So, and also let me mention JavaScript, JavaScript in depth. Okay, so you go to xali.info, then you go to, scroll down, there it is, JavaScript in depth. This is the most easy to understand and most correct, technically correct, accurate, and most comprehensive JavaScript tutorial. You do not need any frameworks. You can do this all this with just JavaScript. Okay, so it took me 3 years to write. So you have the tutorial, and you also have the reference section. For example, all the methods of array. And if you like my stuff, you can buy. Basically, you support me. You give me money, you support me, and I send you the zip file. The zip file allows you to quickly use it as a reference, or use it on the train, but it's a zip file of HTML files. So that means it requires you to have a laptop. Okay, but it won't work on your phone, because the phone, because of the nasty reasons, phone, they don't, they don't let you, manipulate HTML or read, HTML pages, local HTML. That's another story, but they just developed that way so that phone, you cannot control nothing. So anyway, if you like my stuff, you can buy it, and you can get it this in a zip file, JavaScript in depth. Okay, which is what we're gonna do. So what is so let's close. Yeah, so we want this is Emacs, close, and this is a talk show. Yeah, so there's add a copy paste button to source code. Okay, let's begin to code that. Yeah, so first of all, we look at the the source code here. Let's see what does the Microsoft website do. Okay, it needs to magnify this this panel so you guys can see the full glory of it. Okay, anyway, so yeah, actually you guys cannot see much of it, but let's, so I want to look at that, inspect. So that's this line. Let's make some room. Okay, that's this button. Okay, so let's have a drink. Red wine. Let me tell you what is the overview. What does the code involves? Okay, let me give you the overview. For example, we are going to add a panel here. For example, not here. Okay, add JavaScript code, JavaScript. So we add a pre-tag. On the pink window, you can see all my command calls and the keystrokes. Keystrokes on the left, using the Vorak layout, and command name on the right. As I, type. For example, I press one key, that will delete that HTML element. Paste, you see? And press another key that will select that element. Press again, select the element above it, the entire element. So you can see that command is called XAR HTML select element, tab M. Okay, and I'm using XAFly keys. If you don't know already, that XAFly keys, search it. You can find the website, and it's the most efficient key binding system for Emacs, more efficient than Vim or NeoVim or EvoMod. So it's a key binding system. So you never have to press Control. Like you can look at my keystrokes in the pink window. There's no Control key involved, no meta basically. So it's a modal mod. Okay. So XAMPP keys close. Yeah. So now we add a JavaScript. So let's pop this out. Let's say console log 3, run it. Print 3, correct. This is XAR JavaScript mod. Okay, now let's put it back. Press a key to syntax select show in browser. There it is, JavaScript code. So you see, this thing is a pre-blog with the class JavaScript name. Okay, so what does it involve to add this? Like this copy button. Well, basically, so first of all, you need to use a JavaScript to add this copy widget or button. So the when the website, when the web page loads, it will run the JavaScript, and a JavaScript will add a copy button. Okay, basically a button. It can look, like anything, but anyway, it's functionally a button. So it adds a copy button. Then the JavaScript will also make that button do something, so that when you click on that button, it will copy the, whatever the code inside this block. I mean the pre-element. Okay, so technically what it's doing is that when you click it, in order to make this work, what you need to do is that you need to add a event handler to that button. So when user click on it, it's called event. So the event fires. The event happen. Then you have an event handler attached to that button, to this click event. So the event handler will call a function, and the function will, grab the text and put it on clipboard, so people can paste it. So that's all. That's overall what you have to do. Okay, and if you don't know, if you're watching this offline, you can go to JavaScript tutorial, JavaScript in depth on xali.info, JavaScript reference, Doom. So this Doom scripting tutorial will introduce you this whole thing. For example, you can how to get element, how to change CSS. Let's say, so we have color me red. It becomes red. Color me blue, that's a button, and here's the HTML code, and here's the JavaScript code. So this is how you do it. And you have how to insert a HTML element. Click me, hello, click me, hello, click. It just add hello. Very simple. The basic fundamental ideas is in this Doom scripting tutorial. Okay, so that is the overview of what this thing involves. So this is for total beginners. If you are web dev, you already know, of course. So steps, let me see. Let's just write it out, okay? Use JavaScript to add a copy button. Okay, that's one thing. Then use JavaScript to add a event handler to the copy button. Okay, then the event handler will attach a function. The function will copy the text inside the pre-tag to operating systems clipboard. Okay. Steps overview. Showing browser. Fantastic. Okay. Now I don't know how to do it, so we have to look at what they doing. So let's see. Question. I'm new to coding. First video actually, since I am, let's see, what is it saying? Since I'm trying to learn, I'm a little confused on what I can do with coding. Could you tell me? Well, coding opens a new whole world to you. But whether it's for you, you have to find out yourself. So once you know coding is very extremely important, and it is the future. Because as you know, everything is computers today. Your cell phone, the web page, you buying something on Amazon or anything, bank transactions, all is computer. Without computers, humanity will collapse instantaneously. Okay. So computers, well, how can computer do things? Code. Okay, so you got people working at Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon. You got Google working for the internet infrastructure, network engineer, security engineer, also gaming. You guys, young people play games. How does it work? Coding, okay? So coding is, if you are a programmer, coder, it's you got a bright future. Because it's essential, unlike any other, for example, if you study history, if you study arts, if you study sociology, if you study linguistics, you are jobless, essentially, effectively, okay? So code, what is the use of coding? Well, it effectively guarantees a livelihood for your life. Now, but whether you like it, that's a different thing, okay? It's like being a doctor, okay? The alternative is being a doctor. A doctor is permanently hired, okay? Maybe a dentist, maybe a doctor, eye doctor, your head doctor, your heart doctor, whatever. Everyone needs to see a doctor. So you can become doctor, then every day you just deal with, with people. Doctor, coding is the most extremely practical and makes you a lot money. Okay. Now and also, by the way, another thing is lawyers. Lawyers, Jesus, they make a lot of money. And also businessmen. But the difference is that for businessmen, it's not a technical profession. Okay. Among all these professions, businessmen people, they make the most money, 10 times, 100 times than you lawyers, than you coders, than you doctors. Because businessmen, the essence of businessmen is to make money, merchant, okay? So, but of course, whether you can succeed or not, that's a different question. In fact, most will fail, okay? But however, businessmen's got the most potential than all you technical professions. So businessman is different from, these professional fields, programmer, lawyer, doctor. Okay, so businessman. You can be a businessman. You can try. So I'm not, because I'm not that type. Okay, so it doesn't suit me. I don't do good there. So anyway, so you have, we're talking about programming field and doctors and lawyers. Now, lawyers are different from the other two because lawyers, it's not a technical profession. While being a doctor, medical doctor, or being a programmer is a very technical profession because everything has got the answer. How do you call this? There's a very precise answer. How do you fix someone's brain? How do you help someone with heart attack? Very technical answer to that, but not lawyers. So lawyers is kind of different from these two, okay? Now, lawyers is kind of questionable because why does lawyer make a lot of money? Depending on, I mean, it depends on the person, of course. Ultimately, it always depends on the person, but lawyers in general, they can make a lot more. Because, why? Because lawyers, they basically play with power, okay? Power in society, especially USA. USA becomes so corrupt in the past 10 years. The number of lawyers increased like 10 times, like a sharp increase. More than programmers, I think. You have to look up, I forgot. So lawyers, lawyers is such that you can make a criminal who killed someone, you can make him free just by talking, So they have to pay you 100 million, millions of dollars to do that. That's what lawyers do. So lawyers, why are they powerful? They are not just rich, and they are also powerful because the essence of the job of the lawyer is to play with power, is to, technically play with law. They can explain the law. They can say, you are right, you are wrong, okay? You should go to jail. You are free to go, okay? That's what lawyers do. They play with the law. And law is important, because law and order, you want a, generally speaking, you want a society to be based on law, not based on, some king. So that is important. So you have lawyers. But however, you could have a situation where it's all corrupt. You have law, but then you have like powerful lawyers. They can like go around the law, like they can say a murderer to be free. They can do things. So that is what's happening in USA. Okay, that's a digression about these different professions. So about coding, if you are a nerd like me, you are not a socialite. You don't enjoy like socializing, talking with people, finding out, little chat. How are you today? How's your family? Oh, let's go have a drink in a bar. If you do not enjoy that, maybe coding is for you, generally. And on the other hand, if you enjoy socializing, talking with people, then maybe coding is not for you. Because for those people, usually they find it very boring. Like, who's gonna, sit in front of a computer, figure out all these algorithms and stuff, okay? Okay, that's about that. How useful is coding? But let me mention one more thing. Today, you might have heard the AI technology, the AI, the chat GPT. It's all the fad, and 80% of it is misinformation. It's basically grifters trying to make money. They will say, AI is going to do this or that, of course, and cause panic. AI is going to rob all the jobs and things like that, this kind of thing been going on for decades. So how do you know what is true and what is not true? Well, basically you cannot know unless you are a coder, like me, a programmer, and you are really into it. Then you know how AI works. I know how AI works. Then you can kind of tell what is true, what is not true, which AI expert you can trust, which AI, online, on Twitter, on Reddit, they think they are expert. They talk big ethics of AI. Oh, USA, we need to create an ethical committee on, govern how AI should, govern the Google's AI or whatever AI, how make rules. Those are mostly bullshit. Those are kind of the lawyer. They are just like scums. Okay, they are scumbags. So anyway, back to AI. So you might have heard that AI is going to take away the job of programmers. You will hear that. Very common, even including many programmers. Now, let me tell you, they are idiots. Patently false. AI is never going to take over the job of programmers if you are a good one. I mean, of course, if you don't know how to, if you just like the low level, you don't really know how to program. You just, you went to school, college, you study programming, but you really have no interest. You just go to Stack Overflow. You have some idea, like you can just copy and paste and make things work. If you are that type of programmer, the lowest level, yeah, then you will die. Your job will be taken away by AI, okay? But if you are anything normal, you are interested in programming, in computer science, in algorithms, in bit diddling, like many of the C phonetics, AI is never going to take your job away. In fact, the more AI, the more you are valuable, because AI are written by programmers, okay? Of course, people will say, yeah, but AI is so advanced, it knows how to program itself. No, that's false, okay? Until AI really becomes a sentient being, then that's a different story. If AI become a sentient being so smart it became sentient, then that's basically the end of humanity. And whether that will happen, we don't know. Okay, you can, there's a lot of AI experts, they got the title like AI whatever. Half of the time they don't know what they're talking about. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm telling you about that. Okay, so when you hear someone say, oh, AI is gonna take job of the programmers away, that's bullshit. What is G code? It's very simple for most part. Yeah, for CNC, what is CNC? What is CNC and what is G code? Hello, Viper. Now let's continue on this our project to create a copy button to copy source code. Okay. Now right now we are looking at the Microsoft website to see how they do it, because they got this. In fact, this exists, I believe it's also on Stack Overflow, where you have a code you can just click to copy. But anyway, let's see. So button, so here is a button. So they have a button here, event and flex style, okay, class listing actions, okay, and they use an SVG inside the button. Silly. Why do they use SVG? Because they want this little icon. You can see. Okay, let me show you. You see, they want this icon, so that's why they are using SVG. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphics, and I have a tutorial for it too. So you can, write a code to have a clock, basically graphics, okay, basically line illustrations. That's what SVG is about. So here, they have little SVG here. Okay, we don't really care. Okay, then they have span copy. That's this text. Okay, then button. Okay, let's copy this source code. Right click, copy, alter HTML. Okay, now let's go back to our thing here. Let's paste HTML, paste. There it is. Now pop it out, and that's the code. Now let's XAR HTML format. Okay, XAR, let me call this command XAR HTML. Do I have like a pretty print? That's what I want to do. The HTML pre-code. There it is. Tab UM. XAR HTML format to multi-lines. Tab UM. Okay. Let's expand it. No, it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't expand that much. But anyway, so here is the code. Okay, so here is basically their code. So you got the button, that's the whole thing. Then you got the span there. Then you got the SVG here. So SVG, this part is just the graphics for that little, 2 squares. Okay, so you got a button, then you got an image, then you got copy. Okay, that's so simple. So basically that's just that. So that's a button. Okay, when you show this in HTML, let me show you, and I don't need the class listing options. Okay, so let me show you this. In fact, remove the pre-tag. So you see we got the copy button. It looks like that. Okay, you can click it. It does nothing because right now there's no action, no event handler. Okay, so you want to attach. So let me show you guys how to do it. Okay, so you want to add an event handler. Let's add an ID here. Okay, X copy. Okay, so you got a button, you got an ID, then you so actually then you want the event handler. Okay, how do you do that? Well, let's go to my JavaScript tutorial because I have a JavaScript tutorial there. But let's copy the link here so we know we have a record of what we talked about. Okay, go to DOM, copy that back to Emacs, paste the link here, and we want to know how to do a button, how to get an event handler for buttons. So here, basics examples, HTML input, there it is, button, there it is. Copy the URL back to Emacs, paste it, make a link, make a list, and delete that. Let's move it here, show in browser. Fantastic. Now click on the button. This is how you do a button. Okay, so actually so you can see click me, you see insert clicked, click, click, click. That's how you do a button. Now let's copy the whole code. Okay, let's just copy code. Okay, and paste here, so we don't need this anymore. So we got a button here, type button, and this is the span element, show area. Actually, we don't need. Okay, so then we need a JavaScript code. That's this part. Okay, let's copy it. Let's create a new buffer, paste it. Let's save X copy button.js. Okay, so let's rename it. So it's got a underscore. So there it is, the file copy button.a. Oh, you got a name wrong. Let's rename. Spelled it wrong. button. Yeah. Is that right? BUTU. Okay. So here's the file. Copy the file path. Close it. Paste the file path here. Make a link. So you got the script. it will run this script. So show in browser. So we got click me, click, and it just, the current action is just insert the word clicked. Okay, now all we have to do is change that action. So let's go to the file, open it, change, you see. So let me explain this code. So first of all, you have a constant variable name, button something, and that button is the document get element by ID. You get, you basically grab the, let me show you. Okay, so you got the button element here, and the button has an ID. So here you basically get the element and assign to this variable. And here same thing, you got this span element, you get it, save it as a variable. Then here's a function. Let's ignore it for now. Now this part is the add event handler. This is the important part. So this part says this button thing, call the method, add an event listener to it, and the event name is click. And so when that event happens, run this function called update. Okay, and the other argument you can ignore. So you run this function, which is update, and this is what this function do. So this function, let's make it prettier. Okay, so let's prettify the code. Okay, so this function update will use the show element, which is the show, which is the span. So get the show element, then text content variable, then you just say text content plus clicked, join the string, add a click. So that's how this works. Okay, so that's when you say click, you just add a click. Okay, now all we have to do is to change this function. So instead of just this one, insert add text clicked to it, that's what this line do. Instead of that, we want to copy the text in the pre element into clipboard. That's what we want to do. I don't know how to do that, but that's what we want to do. Okay, now save it, save it, close it. Okay, showing browser again. Okay, now let's look at the the Microsoft page. Let's see how they do it. So you got SVG, that's for graphics. You got span, so button, it doesn't really do anything. Okay, lots of comments. Hold on a second, I'll answer that. So you got this code. This code doesn't, we need to find out where's the event handler. Okay, so this is just a button code for that. Yeah, but how do you find the event handler? Okay, let's put this dark to the right. Okay, let's put it this way, so you can see this is the F# tutorial. We are trying to find out how they do this copy code, and here's the copy section. But where is the event handler? That's what we are looking for. Let's see what this. Okay, this part we don't care. This part is the actual code. Actual code. Wait, so we need to know the event handler for this button. Now, I'm not a professional web dev, meaning that I'm not working a company doing web dev, so So, if you work in a web dev professionally, you would know right away. Right now, we need to find the event handler for this button. Okay, how do you do that? Let's see. So here's CSS styles, we don't care. Layout, computed, changes, compatibility, font, we don't care. We need to know the event handler for this, okay? Event handler for listing action. Oh, there's a button. Click to show event listeners for this element. Fantastic. The power of the web dev. The browser becomes an IDE. You see, just click on that. Okay, jQuery. Fuck. This is idiocy. So right now, this part tells you that the Microsoft.NET website is using jQuery. What is jQuery? jQuery is a JavaScript library, a framework somebody else wrote, and it's bloated, okay? It's for people who don't know what they're doing. That's when they use jQuery. Very popular, super popular, since about 2008 or so. So very popular almost 20 years ago. The jQuery, idiot. Microsoft.NET website is using jQuery. But anyway, you see, so they have a click event. Oh, okay, it's still pretty simple. Let's see. So here is a function. When you click, this function is called. Very simple. Okay, maybe we'll just use this. Let's see, current target dot closest dot listening. Okay, so it's trying to find the listing class. Okay, then dot find code. Okay, then dot text. So it's getting the text. So this E here is the source code. Is this basically this source code? Okay, let's see. Okay, click event. Then it says what? So what is this Jesus, this this compressed framework fax. You see, when you have a library, JavaScript library, typically they compress the code, so they rename all functions to be one single letter. So this I is a function, but you have no idea what that function is doing via the name. So you just know there's a function I called with the E is the text, okay, and you just, and T dot current target is this pre-code element. So the function I is called. So the key is here, because we want to copy to text clipboard. That must be probably somewhere in this I. So how do we find out what's this I? So this function, actually there are two events attached to it. Okay, one is bubbling. Oh god, complicated. So what does this bubbling do? Bubbling is kind of like event hierarchy. Okay, so you have one event nested inside another. So when the nested event happens, the outer event may also fire, depending on your config for the bubbling. That's what this bubbling means. Nested event, okay? Very complex shit. So anyway, this button has two events. One is just copy the source code of the pre-tag, then call the function I. Now, how do I find out what this function I is doing? Can I see it? No. Fuck the jQuery. And then this event, what does this event do? return void bubbling C event dot triggered not equals to 2 dot type C event dispatch apply E arguments void. Okay, that we probably don't care. So the main thing is this event function, and the main thing is the I function. Now, what does the I function do here? Okay, so maybe here. Jesus. Oh God, this oh God, this is, this is encrypted, this is like minimal, this is one fucking single line of 10 million characters. Okay, at this point, this is not, for example, let's copy that, copy back to Emacs, the powerful power station, the battle station, paste it. Okay, so you got this one single line, 36,000 characters. Yeah, so you got one single line of 36 kilobytes. Okay, now this is part of the jQuery and whatever, a bunch of shit. This is what happens to corporate site. A bunch of crap. So let me try to make it. Let's try to make sense of this. And also, Emacs has problem with long. So let's see. Search for or write curly braces. Replace it by that with a new line. Okay, and do it for all. Oh, okay, so we made it somewhat more readable. Okay, so what is this I function? So list matching lines function, we need to find a function whose name is the single letter I. This fucking minimalized fuck the JavaScript coders in scum. This web dev environment, these design gurus, these JavaScript gurus, in general, they are scum because they are the Zoomer generation. They are the late millennial Zoomer generation, and they create the situation where you don't know how to code. You just look up Stack Overflow, just copy and paste. They created the Node.js, that scum, what's his name, Isaac, I think, the leader of the Node.js, not the creator of Node.js. Ryan Dow is a fantastic, great guy, of a great coder, a great programmer, and also a great person. But however, the guy who took over Node.js, I think his name is Isaac something, who created the Node.js library thing. He is a major scum. Hello, George. So there's quite a few questions I haven't gone through. So anyway, we are trying to find a function whose name is I think. Can we even I don't think this is the right way to solve this problem. There it is. Wait. function I. Let's have a look. Okay, let's go there. Wait, are we already? We are, yeah. So wait, this is not it. Yeah, so we go there. So here is a function I. Let's see if it happens more than one time, just to make sure. Function I. Okay, it happens in two places. We gotta be sure to check them out. Okay, this minimalized fuck by this JavaScript late millennial and Zoomer idiots. So what is this? So this. Okay. So what? Okay. Now it's time to call JavaScript mod to color it. Okay. Press. Fantastic. JavaScript mod. And now let's save the file. XX. Let's just say ms.js. Okay, just random name. Okay. So we found one instance, a function named I. Let's see, this is just too cryptic. Okay. Return something type of symbol. Symbol equals to type of symbol dot ite iterator. Then you call a function God type of fuck. What a scum. You see, typically this is a situation you don't want to get to if you are a professional programmer, because this is the worst part of programming, to look at this crap. But if you are a security in a security field, especially web, then this is what you have to do all day to find out what's what this thing is doing when to trace out viruses or malware or whatever. Okay, let's so we are still trying to code this. Let's see the next instance of function I. Okay, is here. So okay, it's also short for. This is not right. This is a for loop. Then what is the for loop doing? Arguments for I in n, then ti equals to ni, return t. Yeah, some idiotic. Okay, we are not finding the copy to. Hey, George, do you know what is the function, the DOM function, to copy a text to clipboard? That's what we are doing today. George is an expert in JavaScript. Okay, so anyway, let's give up in looking at this source code. Yeah, you are right, but I'm going through the process, So of course, the alternative way, in fact, the better way, is just Stack Overflow. JavaScript. Copy to clipboard. Okay. So let's search for it. So what is the, W3 schools, the most for idiots? Yeah, I'm an idiot. Please, I want to, that's the advantage of W3 schools tutorial. It's for idiot. Okay, so let's copy. So let's copy their code. Oh, add JavaScript. Oh, okay. So they actually, they showed the whole thing. So here's suppose this is HTML. And here is the JavaScript. Let's see how they do it. Okay. Yeah, let's create a new JavaScript code, and paste it. And also let's see what's their HTML input text. Okay, the button used to copy the text. Okay. Now let's look at their code, JavaScript. Okay, my function document something. Okay, so copy text is the element. Then all you have to do is just say select and say set selection region. Wait, set selection range for mobile devices. Oh, okay. Then just this navigator.clipboard.write text. So simple. Okay, let's copy. Let's steal their code, this W3 school scum. Copy. Back. Wait, where's my back? Yeah, this key. Okay, basically they, So now let's go to our code. So, our code, and let's paste the part here. let's see what we want to do. So you need to wait. Yeah, so first of all you need to get the element you want to copy to. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Navigate clipboard, write text. George is expert. Yeah, I know. So anyway, let's see what are the questions above. So I've been talking for 1 hour already. Okay, I need more wine. I need more 100 ml of red wine. Okay, nobody is saying anything. So now, let me tell you what we need to do. The first thing we need to do, what? Wait, I closed that by mistake. Let's pop this out. The first thing we need to do, let's go over, okay? So, what? What? Close it, okay? So let's see. Let's clean up, okay? So what is the hello world? I don't care about the hello world shit, okay? I don't want, the W3 school is not very good, okay? It's for, it's not really good, okay? So what we want to do is, first of all, we have a button, then we don't need this show, okay? Then you need to have a kind of a target, like what do you want to copy? We have to think about, okay? So we have a copy text, so instead of click me, let's say copy me, okay? So it needs to say copy the button, okay? So when you click it, what part you want to copy? Let's say we don't care, okay? I mean, let's just hard code. So let's just hard code it, okay? So do we have a description of what we're doing? Yes, we do. That's here, okay? Then so then the JavaScript part, what is it? So this is the W3 schools code, which we don't need, right? I mean, okay, so let's copy it. Okay, let's put it there. And yeah, so we got, yeah, so let's, these links, go there. So we clean up so people know what we are doing clearly, okay? So we need the copy me. Let's move the copy me button, delete it, and move to, let's say move here, okay? So when you click copy me, it should, let's say, copy the next pre-tag, okay? Something like that, okay? And the JavaScript code, let's copy it. I mean, let's move it here. Here's the JavaScript code. Okay, now let's open the JavaScript code. Now, hold on a second. Yeah, okay, let's open the JavaScript code. So you got the button. This show you don't need anymore. We deleted it. Okay. So this function named update, we'll rename it. Let's rename it. Let's name it F copy text. Okay, there it is. So now, so what is the purpose of this function? This function will copy, let's see, copy the next pre-elements text. Okay, now let's see. then what we do, yeah, so then you need to select the next pre-element. Now I know George can probably finish this in 1 minute, okay? But I'm not George. I'm a slow coder, okay? But I'm analytical. Okay, probably nobody's watching this right now. So anyway, so what we're doing, so we need to, wait, what is this? Let's copy the next pre-elements text, okay? Let's do that. So the next pre-element, yeah, actually that's hard to get. So let's just say copy the ID TTT, okay? Let's give this element an ID, so show in browser. You can see this is the element with the ID TTT, okay? And you know, for now, let's just do that. So var TTT, for example, document get element by ID, that's right, TTT, so we get that element. Then once we get the element, we need to get the text of that element. Okay, Jesus, this is gonna be involved because in the case of my website, you know, it's not plain text because you got all these HTML tags inside it that you need to strip. So you need, in other words, the JavaScript will need to process this, you know, this text by removing all the HTML tag inside, and then convert things like ampersand. For example, ampersand GT means greater than, you know, things like that. So you need to, yeah, so okay, anyway, but let's just do this step by step so we make progress, okay? Slowly but surely. So first of all, you get element by ID, get element by ID, which is, what is the ID? The TTT, just for test purposes, okay? Then according to that W3 school, it says copy text, okay, so wait, copy text replaced by TTT. Okay, so that is the element you dot select, not sure what that do exactly, then select selection range, then navigator clipboard, right select. Why do you need to do select, George? But anyway, so it seems the key method is really just this navigator.clipboard.write text, okay? ttt.value, okay? So let's say we don't even need this. I don't know what those do. Let's just comment them out, okay? So this is our element, and this is put that element's value to the clipboard, okay? And let's see. Okay, copy the, okay, let's just say that, okay? Now, clean up the code, pretty formatted, fantastic, very simple. This is our function, copy text. Then we add a event handler here. So when the button is clicked, it will copy text, okay? Sounds good? Sounds good. Close it. Show in browser. Now, would it work? Let's try. Are you guys seeing me? Yeah, my code. Okay, so let's try copy me. Back to Emacs. Actually, go back to, let's open the notepad. Paste. Undefined. Okay. It seems to be working, but something is wrong. For example, copy class, paste class, okay? Now you go here, click copy me, and now paste undefined. So it actually did something. it just copied undefined. So we need to fix the undefined. Okay, var, never use var in JavaScript, because since JavaScript 2015, I believe, you have let or constant. Okay, so don't use var. And let me show you. Go to JavaScript in depth, then go to value types. You have JavaScript basic syntax, then you have value types, you have variables, you have let, constant, var. Okay, so always use let or constant. Now, because I'm into functional programming, so I do not even use let. I use always constant. Very strict. Okay, constant TTT is document get element by ID. So we get the element by ID. So search for TTT. Yeah, there's that ID. So we got that ID. Yes. And then why is that? Oh, not value. You need the inner text. Okay. So let me show inner text. There it is. Okay. Save it, close it, show in browser. Copy me, click, back to Notepad, paste. Beautiful, success. Okay, so that's so that's the heart of what we need to do. It's so simple. Of course, most people, most YouTubers, they will just show you this in 3 minutes, but for me it took 1 hour. Now, of course, there's more to do. Yeah, like I'm very detailed, so I need to know, for example, what does this actually select do, and set selection range. Okay, and also I need to look up the documentation for this navigator clipboard.write text. So for example, let's search for it, and let's go to MDN WebDoc, which is Mozilla, which is from Firefox, the browser. This feature is available only in secure context HTTPS in some or all supported browser. What? That doesn't seem to be true, because I was not on HTTPS and it worked. So you run into these little issues. Writing to clipboard can only be done in a secure context. Additional security requirements are covered in the security consideration section of the API overview topic. Okay. Okay, what is so are they kidding me? So if my website is not running on HTTPS, so are they saying that this code won't work if I actually upload it to my website? If that's the case, then fuck these people, these Google, Facebook, they are scums. Okay, you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but they, many of the reason why it's called this way or that, because there's heavy deep mechanizations, that is not designed for the good of the community, for the programmers, for the users, for the security purposes, but rather they are designed for something else, like for them to scam and for them to for devious reasons. That is why today web dev is very complex, and you have so many scum players. They doing for their little things, including the entire agile, the agile community, you know, the scums. Anyway, so it's okay. So in any case, the code right now works. I need to, so it's I already been talking for 70 minutes, so I should stop. Yeah. But what I need to do is that I need to have a JavaScript to generate this copy button. You know, not manually having a copy button myself. Why? Because I already have like few thousand pages with this pre-tag. So I need, for example, I need to add a JavaScript that will generate this copy button for any page that have this pre, you know, source code tag. So what I do is I go to the bottom. You can see there's a highlight link JavaScript code. Open it. This JavaScript is run by every page, 10,000 pages. So in this page, I need to add a function. I need to add code that will add this copy me button to any page with to each and every pre-tag. Okay, that's what I need to do. Okay, so in other words, this code we added today needs to go to that JavaScript, and also add a code, you know, create a button. Yeah, anyway, that's what I need to do, and there's also little other things I need to figure out. But anyway, that's it for today, I think. Lots of things to do. Okay, anything else? We shut down in 2 minutes. Am I still running? Let's make sure. Yes, 10 people watching. Yeah, I'm still running. Okay, bye guys. Don't forget to donate to me, okay? Buy my JavaScript in-depth tutorial and Emacs tutorial, or donate me via Patreon and PayPal. Okay, go to xali.info. xali.info, and the bottom you'll find Amazon gift card and Patreon me and PayPal me. Okay, bye guys. Let me prepare to shut down. So what else we did today? So HTML button, do we already have that code? Link, yes, that's how you add a button. What is this? Emacs, okay, Emacs block, Xafly keys, important, copy it. We talked about SVG, Xafly keys, F# tutorial, okay. HTML button, close that. Java, copy to clipboard, okay. Bye.